Evangelia has taken the world by storm with her music, the latest being her new single, Diving. Now the singer-songwriter is up to possibly take the Eurovision stage. And Evangelia joins me to chat all about it. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me again. So there's been so much excitement with you. You're an official candidate to represent Greece or Cyprus. What made now the right time for you to submit music for Eurovision?
Well, like I've told a few people, as soon as I started releasing this music, I just feel like in a way got bombarded by comments and DMs and texts like every day. I would get like new ones from people from all over. Evangelia, please do Eurovision or do Eurovision. This is made for Eurovision, 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 Eurovision. I never even thought about Eurovision before I released music and saw all these comments. And so, as the contest happened just now this past May, and it was a really amazing thing. And as the world was opening up, it just felt right to listen to what everybody was telling me and to just go for it and see what happens.
And what has made your music, I think, so recognizable, but also really relatable as well, is the blending of two worlds. You have the pop, but then also the traditional Greek music. So without giving too much away, what can we expect from your Eurovision music?
Basically, they're songs that were written for me, and that I also am a songwriter on it, right? I'm a part of writing all of my music, and they would be either singles or end up on my album. So nothing was written specifically for Eurovision to have the perfect song. What you can expect is that it's an Evangelia song. And so if with all these comments people had of these songs I was already releasing, this is for Eurovision, then these songs are for Eurovision too. And so I'm going to be up there being myself if I am chosen. I'm lucky to be chosen. And they have a blend of pop with some traditional Greek elements. I submitted 3 different songs. So there's like a range of how much Greek language is used. Some in one of the songs there's a whole lot of it, and some of the songs it's just a couple words or phrases. So somewhere in the same world.
Yeah. And so it may end up, those songs also may end up on an album or released as singles as well.
Yeah, I think either way, whether or not I go to Eurovision, you will hear these songs because I love them so much and I'm proud of each and every one of them, and they belong out in the world. And right now they're in hopes of being one for Eurovision, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, there's been so much excitement around your announcement to be in Eurovision. How does this all feel? How does the possibility of representing either country and taking on the Eurovision stage, how does that all feel for you?
It feels very good, honestly, and very surreal at the same time, because like I said, I really did not think about Eurovision until I started releasing music. But I've had some time to warm up to the idea, and it's just like such an incredible opportunity to be in front of, I got asked in some other interview, like, are you ready to be in front of 200 million people? And I was like, that's a lot of people. Yeah. But yeah, no, it feels very good, and it feels very natural. And it's also very exciting to me that the competition is going to be in Italy. Because I'm a quarter Italian on my mom's side, and I speak Italian too. So I just like any excuse to go to Italy as well. Like, it's just like, it's the year. Like, if it's either this year or not, I gotta go if it's in Italy.
So Evangelia, with all of this exciting music news, let's talk about your latest single, Diving, featuring Kelvin Jones. How did that collaboration come about?
Well, I always envisioned that song to be a duet. So we were searching for the perfect voice for it. And we are on the same label, and I had been hearing his name, and we've been following each other on social media. I also, on top of just loving his voice, I loved his personality, because when I work with somebody, I want to know that I'll be able to actually hang out with this person. It's important to me. And so because we couldn't meet in person, that was some of the stuff I was basing it off of. Like, does he have an amazing voice and does he have an amazing personality? And he had both. And so we proposed the song to him and he really liked it. And then he was an absolute pleasure to work with and to create something from so far away that just feels really good together.
And I know the music video, first of all, just like your others, is gorgeous, but it's so hard to believe. So it was shot in 2 different countries?
Yes. So all my parts were shot in LA and all of his parts were shot in Berlin. So we had to get very creative and think about what would connect us. And the song is, all about wanting to be together, but pulling away, but like feeling the energy. It's kind of whatever you want to make it. But the dark space with the one light beam coming in ended up being the idea of what connected us in our different spaces. And I'm really, really happy with how it turned out.
Nice. Tell me about writing that song. When did you write it?
So I wrote that song February 2019. Yeah, February 2019. It was actually the first session that my boyfriend and collaborator and life partner, Jay Stolar, came in as executive producer, because we had been dating for a while, but kind of secretly, basically, and also we're avoiding working together because we were like, oh, that might like not be a good idea for our relationship. But then there was just no denying that we had great creative chemistry, and we were just like, you know what, let's see what happens if we just go for it and give it a try. And we went into that session and with my friends, now my friends, they weren't my friends yet, but Lars Principato and Ben Antelis, and Jay asked me, like, so what's going on in your life? Have you met anybody? And I was like, I have met somebody, but I'm going through these feelings. I don't know if I'm ready. And it was a really funny session for that reason, because we were writing the song about each other, and Lars and Ben were in on the story, but didn't know that it was about us in the room. So it just has a very special place in my heart. And that first song, Diving, kind of created a collaboration family for me. And now Lars and Ben are people that I continue to collaborate with. And Jay is the executive producer of my project. And yeah, Diving is a song that really kind of marks the beginning for me.
Nice. And what's next for you with all of the excitement going around, all of the possibility of being with Eurovision? I imagine you're super busy, but what do you have planned for us in the next, let's say, coming year?
So Eurovision potentially is a big question mark. I would love for that to be in the plan for the next coming year. I'm going to say it is in the plan to manifest it, but you never know, and whatever's meant to be will be. And then definitely a few new songs. You're going to get a couple new songs from me before the end of the year. And one may or may not be a collaboration. And a couple more after that. And then we'll see if Eurovision happens. But definitely a solid handful of new songs.
Nice. And when will you know about Eurovision?
I think I'm supposed to find out sometime in November. So question mark.
Yeah.
But sometime then I've been told that they deliberate and you find out in November, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll just wait now. So, but either way, I'm also just grateful. It's a huge opportunity to even be considered, and has been a way for me to connect with new people too that didn't know me before. So either way, it's all good.
Well, Evangelia, we wish you all the best in Eurovision. Thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with me.
Thank you so much for having me, and I really appreciate it.